for coming to South Fire District's open house. I know that the weather wasn't so favorable, but you guys, everybody came out to support, so thank you very much. My name's Jim Trotsky. I'm very happy and proud to be chief of our department here. I want to thank all the South Fire District members and their families for helping put this together, and all of our community supporters and organizations that came out, so a round of applause for them. To the right of me is the most infamous famous person I know, Ronnie Deaver. Ronnie is a instructor at the Connecticut Fire Academy, along with being a fire marshal in Plainville, and an all-around great guy. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a demonstration on fires and how fast fires could spread. We're going to look at a couple different types of situations here. We're going to have two different rooms. One of the rooms is with fire sprinklers. This trailer has been donated and put together with the partnership of National Fire Sprinkler Association, and what they're trying to do is to push residential fire sprinklers. And everybody always says, geez, I'm really concerned about having sprinklers in my home because of the water damage. Well, the water damage is negligible compared to the amount of fire damage that could occur. And more importantly, it catches the fire at the incipient stage. What is the incipient stage? Very good, the earliest part of the fire. This kid is smart, right? So the earliest part of the fire. So not only are we going to get how would we know we even have a fire in our home? Smoke detectors, excellent, right? These guys are smart in the front. So we're going to notice how quick the smoke detector is going to sound. And by raise of hands here, how many people have smoke detectors in their home?
Raise your hands. Hunter, raise
How many have checked them within the last month? All right, so a little bit of homework. Let's go out and check our smoke detectors. Here at the South Fire District, we offer a smoke detector program where we will come out and we will inspect your smoke detectors and replace them if needed at no cost. So please reach out to us if you need a smoke detector. So these two rooms are an example of what two smaller bedrooms may be with common household materials. We're going to first light the room with no sprinklers. And I want you to watch. We're going to have a timer going on, and I want you to watch the growth of the fire. And I want you to look at a couple different things. We're going to have an incipient fire start probably in the couch area.
There's a trash can.
There's a trash can in the back. Maybe a discarded cigarette. The fire's going to start growing slowly, and then fires double or triple their size in seconds. Because what happens is, once the fire starts small, the fire starts to heat up other objects that will start off-gassing, we call it, and create more fuel for that fire to rapidly grow. And I could only imagine that in our homes, we have nothing that has any plastic in it, right?
No.
All right, our entire homes, if you look at our furnishings, our bedding, our clothing, housewares, anything in our home has plastic in it, and plastic is just a solid form of gasoline. So we have a large fuel load in our homes in a small area, which will create fire to grow at a rapid amount. The biggest thing we want to get out of this is we want you to see the volume of smoke that's going to be created and how early that smoke detector goes off. It's very important that when this smoke detector goes off, we immediately take concern of what's going on and evacuate the house quickly. Do not try to fight the fire on your own. You have a fire in your home, your number one job is to get out of it. Early alert with your smoke detector, get out and call 911. So we're going to start the fire. Our deputy fire marshal, who happens to be an expert in starting fires for some reason. And we're going to watch we study as firefighters, we study the growth phases of the fire. And what's going to happen is all of that smoke that builds up, the smoke becomes fuel. So not only is the smoke toxic that we can't breathe it, right? Because this fire is trying to take all the oxygen and create all the smoke so we can't breathe, but the smoke actually turns into a fuel, and then when it has enough fuel with air and heat, it's just going to have what we call a flashover, and there it is. 22 seconds in, we got the smoke detector. Right away, you hear a smoke detector in your home, what do you think?
fire.
Well, no, most people think it's a false alarm, right? Get up and check to make sure there's nothing going on. We get
That's a good point, right?
So we're looking at it. These smoke detectors we're using are called ionization detectors. You don't even have to see visual smoke. It senses a change of the ions in the atmosphere and it sends it into alarm. So now you can see we have a little bit of ash going. We have a little bit of heat. Just a little bit of smoke. Can we handle this on our own?
Most likely, yes.
Most likely you'll have an extinguisher. But our first job is to do what?
Get out of the house.
Get out and then stay out, right? You get out and you left your dog inside.
You gotta stay out.
Get out and stay out, right? Go to a meeting place. And you gotta know 2 ways out, right? Doing okay? Okay. We're doing okay.
The wicker basket's just starting to go.
All right, so now you're gonna see a little bit of visual smoke. Let me get out of the way for some of you folks. See a little bit of smoke. Again, incipient start of the fire.
I see.
Big fires start small. This is just regular household materials. We didn't add any accelerants.
Mama, where's the doggy?
This room is still livable. If somebody was in this room, there'd be enough oxygen for them to get out.
That was in there.
No.
And you have to remember, this is not a full compartment. We don't have the door closed. So the smoke does have a little ways to wisp out. What I want everybody to watch is when it starts to take off and then the smoke starts to build up the top. The smoke will go up the walls, create a mushroom effect, and start banking down. So if we have a condition and we get up and there's smoke and we have to get out of the house, where do we have to stay? We gotta stay low, right? We gotta stay low, then go. Can you guys say that? Stay low, then go. And then once you get out, you stay out and never ever go back inside. All right, we got a little bit of a fire going here.
2 minutes.
All right, so now this fire's starting to grow a little bit. We're like 3 minutes into it. We're starting to get a little bit bigger flames. And now what it's doing is it's starting to radiate off. The visible flame will radiate heat to other objects, start off-gassing, creating more fuel.
It's synthetic, you can see it starting to melt. Nice dry Christmas tree.
Another thing, we have a holiday coming up pretty soon.
Oh,
we bring evergreens into our house. I keep forgetting what that holiday. What is that?
Christmas.
Christmas, right. So we go out and we get a Christmas tree. As soon as we cut our Christmas tree, it starts to die a little bit, right? So we're bringing in a lot of fuel into our home. It's very important that when we have our Christmas tree, we keep it watered. Because we have a Christmas tree in our home, it's equivalent to having more than 5 to 7 gallons of gasoline in your home. All right, so be wary of that, okay? You bring in, because we put our holiday ornaments on there, we have lighting on there. Full disclosure, we're up against a little bit of wet upholstery on top of it, so. What everybody's going to witness here is that, again, we're at the incipient stage. Then within a matter of minutes, when everything starts to off-gas at the same time, it's going to be a violent eruption of flame. It's going to go rapidly. Hopefully. Another indication, if you can, I don't know if you can see it, the flames are dripping. Can anybody see on this side the flames dripping? That's the type of material we're burning. We're actually burning a plastic. So a lot of our rayons and things like that, clothing we wear, or draperies we have, there's start to have that dripping effect. So that's actually a hydrocarbon. That's equivalent to gasoline in your home. What? All right, so now we're getting kind of a little bit of an established fire. It's going to start off-gassing more. We're going to get more radiant heat. And just keep an eye on the other objects. Keep an eye on the wall. Keep an eye on that sofa. And you're going to notice they're just going to burst into flame without even having direct flame contact. Smoke is starting to get darker, it's more acrid. It's going to start filling that compartment, and that's the type of smoke that we cannot inhale. That's why it's important that as soon as that smoke detector goes off, we get out of the house. We're 6 minutes, 30 seconds in. It's going to shut off on its own pretty soon. Notice the smoke is starting to bank up, get higher. It's going to start getting thicker. Now our couch has started. The temperature's on the ground. When we say we need to get out, we need to stay low, the temperature on the ground is probably pretty much ambient temperature. It's probably about 70, 80 degrees down there. The temperatures up above get upwards to 1,200 degrees. At 1,200 degrees, the smoke will erupt into flame. That's what so inside the smoke is carbon monoxide, and that's the ignition temperature of carbon monoxide. So once that smoke starts to accumulate and there's enough fuel, we have the fuel, the air at 1,200 degrees, it's going to erupt into flames. This is a situation now where this room is what we call not tenable. You people that don't have the breathing apparatus, the equipment, what firefighters have, this is a room that us, with our regular clothing on, we cannot enter rooms like this. This room is not only toxic, but it's hot and it's uncontrollable. Now we cannot control that flame. Look at how thick the smoke is starting to get above. Pretty soon it's going to be called what we call blackout conditions. You might even start feeling a little bit of the radiant heat here. So we're 8 minutes into this fire. If this fire immediately got detected and you call 911, this is about the time that the fire department's probably going to be arriving.
Smoke detector just melted away.
Smoke detector's gone. Fire department arrives on scene. Now it takes them 1 to 1.5 minutes to deploy their hose lines so the fire continues to grow. All right, so as firefighters, our job is when we get there,